Hello again for another 90 minutes of Everything Clifton, broadcasting here from Clifton Market. The big news today was there was an email sent out by the board yesterday. If you're a shareholder, you should have received it. If you're a shareholder at the market, you can go to Google Groups, Google Clifton Market, and then request to become a member of the Google Groups for the shareholders, and you can get you can post topics on various suggestions. I got a call coming in here, so we're going to wait till that goes to voicemail because my sound goes off before it switches off. So we go. You can become a member of the Google Groups by going to Google Groups, searching for Clifton Market, and then request to be a member. And then you can post on various topics, whether it be marketing, bylaws, board thoughts, communication. It's a great resource to keep the lines of communication open. And this dovetails with the latest email from the board sent out to the shareholders yesterday. If you are a shareholder, you should have received it, and if you don't, then please go to Google Groups and request to be added. Paul Karamaris, a great IT guy, is working on these problems. We had some problems in the past about people not receiving the email. In fact, I didn't receive one yesterday. I had to get my partner, Irene, to send it to me. So we're still working out these issues, but don't hesitate to reach out on the Google Groups and request to get your name added or re-added to the MailChimp program. The status here in the market is, as usually, a tremendous struggle. We are, as we bring the community together, we see the shelves are kind of empty, and it's because our distributors have extended a lot of credit, and that we have to pay for the groceries when they come in. We are able to pay most of our produce providers and inventory, but we're sort of in a death spiral now, if I can use that term. It's not a good term, but we need, if you can't fill the shelves, then people are disappointed. And although we have excellent bakery every day, that's produce. Deli department is always completely full and active. The meat and fish department is always wonderfully stocked. There are some empty places on the shelves from our major distributor, Lohre Foods. So we look forward to resolving this problem. And as I've said before, somebody could loan us $40,000. We could take some loans from shareholders to raise the $40,000 and restock the shelves, but without the community support coming here and bringing our sales up to a viable level, just restocking the shelves is not going to solve the problem. So our base problem is to bring community support. Now the big question is that possible? Well, I was just talking to Keith yesterday, and he says that there's a grocery store in St. Bernard that deals with one brand, Surefine, or I forget the name, but they supply like the complete dry goods for the store, and they do 2,000 a week. So it's certainly Keller's, when they were popular, they were doing 200 to 250 a week. And why we can't do the same here? And it's a real conundrum. Now, the reason for the conundrum is that we had a terrible startup. It was disastrous. We opened too early. and with the mispricing, turned off a lot of people. And then when sales didn't materialize, panic sort of set in. So we've stabilized those things, and we're looking forward to bringing people back with a zeal to support the store and make it profitable. We're not finished yet, and there's no means are we whipped. So let's just try to solve this with 1,000 kisses instead of death by 1,000 cuts. Now I'm going to try something new today. I went around the store and took some pictures. We're going to talk about some products on sale that I was able to snap some pictures. So you have Bolt House, 15-ounce juices, 2 for $6, Bolt House. And they have vanilla chai tea. They have breakfast smoothie. Bolt House forms 100% carrot, blue goodness, berries and green veggies, amazing mango. This is plus 10 super blend. So those are on sale, 2 for $6. Normally $3.49. Save 49 cents. So that's a great buy from Bolt House. We also have Beersdorfer Orchard 100% apple cider. I've heard that this is really a first-class product, and they have a healthy supply of Beersdorfer Orchard 100% apple cider. Hey, Maureen. Well, come over and say hello. Come on. Okay, it's all right. We don't mind. Oh, also, I see here in the Bolt House, we have Daily Roots. It's a beet juice, and also Daily Greens from Bolt House. So a wonderful selection of Bolt House juices. Now let's go to some more produce. We have vine ripe tomatoes at $1.29 a pound. They're right there in the front. Roma tomatoes, $1.49 a pound. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, vine ripe tomatoes are $1.29 a pound. And I guess the Roma tomatoes are down below. They're $1.49 a pound. We have heirloom tomatoes at $4.99 a pound. Local garlic for $4.99 a pound. It's from Wildwood Flora, locally grown. The Wildwood Flora supplies our plants in the front of the store. They're little plants in the pots, and also cut flowers. And she also helped with the flower baskets hanging above the windows. So that's where, and we have avocados at $1.49 each. Let's go to the next slide here. We have a nice selection of wines. We have a Decoy Red Napa for $19.99. Ninner Red, Ninner Wine Estates Red 2015 for $19.99. We have Piatelli Vineyards Trintia Grand Reserve. It's bottled and has a serial number on it. This bottle is number 10,548 out of 22,000 bottles, and that's $29.99. Ohio Valley. And then we have a Hess Select, family owned, from circa 1978. The Winemaker's Blend Trio 2014 California Red Table Wine for $24.99. And our last selection is the Ben Marco Espresso. Marco Espresso at $34.99. That's our wine selection today. Let's go back to our deli, our cold deli today. We have balsamic beets for $7.99. It's Clifton Market's signature item. We have sour cream potato, $4.99, made fresh daily. We have tempeh pasta salad, $7.99 a pound. That's Clifton Market signature item. Curry lime chicken salad at $9.99 a pound. Hello, hello. Welcome to Clifton Market. Curry lime chicken salad for it's a Clifton Market signature item. And we have curried cauliflower for $7.99 a pound, also a signature item. And last but not least, roasted corn salad for $5.99, made fresh daily. Those are our selections today at the market. We also have twice baked potato, $2.99 each, made fresh daily. Item here. In the sushi department, we're featuring pork pot stickers. Contains soy and wheat. And also we have Inheart vegan. It's a little rice and stuffed pocket of toasted tofu, I suppose. Got to learn how to make that. Then we'll have a few items from the fish market. We have a farm-raised Honduran mango chili tilapia, $8.99 a pound. Honey citrus lemon tilapia for $8.99 a pound. Wild caught cod loins for $7.99 a pound. And then just plain farm-raised tilapia, $8.99 a pound. Wild Indonesia yellowfin tuna, $11.99. And farmed barramundi, $14.99 a pound. Wild from New Zealand, orange roughy for $12.99 a pound. Ruby red trout for $13.99 a pound. And that's all our selections today in the fish department. Oh wait, we have a couple more here. We have Yakindo sauce tuna poke for $10.99 a pound. And that's it. I'm very excited about this new way of showing out a few items. I just walk around the store and click a few pictures and read them. We'll read them out to you. Now let's get to our beer selection. If you get to the beer cooler and you just go to the left, there's some shelves of beer there, and I picked the one that I thought was be great to talk about. We have Prairie Artesian Ales Funky Gold Mosaic, $9.99 a bottle. These are the large bottles. Then we have Prairie Funky Gold Citra for $9.99. Mars Boogie Nights. It's a dark wheat ale with Robois tea, $11.99. A Weiner Woolley. See, dark ale for $11.99. The Foder Bird for $11.99. It's a Foder aged Seiston ale. Then we go to a Night Method. We have Night Method Espresso Milk Stout. I think we know that's going to be a dark. And then we go to there's a Subright and with raspberries, American Sour Ale. And then the Big Smoke Smoked Porter for $9.98, large bottle. So that's what we have today at the, and then some picture here. There must be a picture of Russia. Okay, so that's all our selections today. We'll go right to, let's go to Clifton Market. My document will see. I also wanted to mention we're looking for programming in the cafe here. If you want to have an art opening, we have the gallery here. I'm willing to help you stage your art show. I think the best way to do it with enough momentum is to, if you want an art show, we'll have one, and we can work with you on the time. I think maybe we should just keep it as short as possible so that we can have as many artists as possible without being a drag. So I guess at this point we're just going to play it by ear. I guess it's traditional to have one show every month. So if you want to have an art show, we have 2 nice walls here in the cafe, plus you get the complete window box, which is faces Ludlow. It's at the end of the store, and you can put your artwork in there. We're also looking for celebrity guests to be interviewed. If you want to be interviewed here on live from Clifton Market, just let me know, and we'll schedule a time. I'm starting to buy broadcast now at 12 o'clock, so that everybody knows that I'll be here at noon. And you can stop by during your lunchtime and be interviewed. We love the great testimonials of customers. People always ask, what is the marketing plan here? And although we have an excellent grocery marketer who makes up our flyers and our sends out the Instagrams and the Facebook posts, but she doesn't. That's where the marketing stops. It's just grocery marketing, and we're looking to have a new type of marketing, and without a budget. We have the broadcast here, we have testimonials, we have social media posts by our customers. I have some yard signs here, and you can pick up a button at the cash register for 50 cents. The yard signs are $14.99, and the buttons have a little space at the bottom for you to put your name, so you can become an ambassador for the store. There's some Sharpies in the basket. You can get your pen and become an ambassador for Clifton Market. So we're also looking for parties. If you want to have a party in the cafe, get in touch with me or Keith Brock, the manager, and you can take over the whole cafe. Also, you can have meetings at the cafe. So it's just something to keep the buzz up and to be able to make sure that we make clear that we're a community store, and it's open for the community. We have a lot of space here for events. I want to also bring a shout out for our local suppliers. We have 80-acre salads and microgreens. They've taken over empty buildings in the Cincinnati area, and they grow things hydroponically. They're based in, I think, 4 or 5 states. Also, we have water fields, microgreens. We have, and as I mentioned before, we have Beersdorfer cider. It's a local product. And Willie's Fresh Salsa is local. And also I mentioned Wildwood Flora plants and cut flowers right in our foyer, and also she's selling some garlic. So that's our lineup for the market right now. Let's just go to a timeline of events today from 1 to 7 p.m. You can get rid of your hazardous waste. Now, I read extensively about this, but there's limited things that they take. But today is the hazardous waste pickup, and that's at 4600 Spring Grove Avenue. Let me see if I can call up that. I printed that out yesterday. We can mention this as far as the items that you can. So it's hazardous waste today from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Environmental Enterprises. This is sponsored by Hamilton County, and you have to be a Hamilton County resident. I don't know exactly how they determine if you're from Hamilton County, but I suppose they look at your license plate. If it has the number 31 on it, I think that's the county number for Hamilton County. So the acceptable items is antifreeze, batteries of all kinds, cleaners, driveway sealer, fire extinguishers, fluorescent bulbs, gasoline and motor oil, lawn and pool chemicals, mercury, oxygen and helium cylinders, pesticides and fertilizers, propane tanks, solvents and thinners, oil-based paints and stains, thermostats and tar. So we're just going to say that. That's it. It's at 4600 Spring Grove Avenue, 45232, Environmental Enterprises. Today, it's going to be on every Thursday from September 27th today to November 15th. So we're going to put that in the weekly things happening weekly. This weekend at the Plaza is Ma Crow and Company at 7 p.m. on Friday. On Saturday we have Resonator. It's alternative rock. The Plaza on 70 on 7 p.m. Also on Saturday, September 29th, from 9 to 1 is a Trailside Honeysuckle pole. And also on Sunday at 8 a.m. we have the Trailside Nature Walk. So I'll go through the 2 days ago, CTM sent out a great email with all this information in it, and it's just a plethora of things to do. And we'll go through the the items that are timely. So we have the Honeysuckle Hit Squad will return with University of Cincinnati Parks Department staff and others to Burnett Woods to remove more of the honeysuckle invasive species. Please considering volunteering some time for this event, as more hands allow for more removal. Bring gloves and water. Loppers will be provided. It's 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, September 29th. Meet at the Trailside Nature Center in Burnett Woods. I already mentioned the hazardous waste. And the Clifton Plaza Music Series ends in September. And then the next weekend is Oktoberfest, so that's a great end of the music on the plaza. For sale on the plaza during these events, you have draft beer by Rheingeist, Truth IPA, and Bubbles Cider, and wine by the glass. Servers from Lydia's on Ludlow serve the plaza with food. And the Clifton Plaza Summer Series is sponsored by CBPA, the Clifton Business and Professional Association. Hello. Hello, welcome. Well, I can get her attention. CliftonFest is happening October 5th and 6th. There's a old house maintenance coming up on October 20th. We'll talk more later about that. There's going to be a candidate night, October 16th. More about that later. The Lantern Walk will be November 10th. And that's all we have. Howdy. That's all we have from current events. We'll get later to what's playing at the Esquire and the Garage and the Clifton Performance Theater. the deadline for tickets is at midnight, or actually it's at 11:59, Saturday, September 29th, and the theme this year is Burnet Woods. So you submit your digital work online, and you pay a $35 fee, and for each additional piece, it's $10, I believe. So that's the golden ticket deadline this Saturday. Every Sunday at 8 a.m. is the nature walk, and they meet at the Trailside Nature Center. And there's always an expert guide on hand. You'll have a fantastic experience. The fresh fish is delivered here at the store Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hello. Howdy. You look like a UC student with your parents. Oh, great. We have wine and beer tastings at Ludlow Wines every Friday and Saturday, starting at 5 p.m. You get a flight of 4 glasses for $10 with complimentary cheese plate. Already, there's a reading for 2 to 4 years old. There's a reading time at the library Tuesdays at 10 a.m. for 2 to 4-year-olds, and on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. it's for 2 and under. So Eric Davis puts together story time at the library for toddlers and infants. The big news this week is CTM's meeting Monday, October 1st at 7 o'clock at the Clifton Rec Center. We should have the agenda, and I'll be reading it Sunday. We won't have a broadcast on Friday or Saturday, so Sunday I'll get you the agenda for the CTM meeting on Monday. And I'm trying to find out when the garden club meets, and also when the music. Hello. When the Clifton Music Group meets. Clifton Music Club has been around since 1919, I believe. Might get to that story later. It's in the, maybe we can just dig it up now. It's in the online chronicle. If you go to cliftoncommunity.org, you can click on menu, go to Chronicle, and it'll point you towards the online issue of the Clifton Chronicle. It says here, the Clifton Music, hello? Clifton Music Club was started in 1917, and it started for women weren't allowed to perform in public in 1917, so they started a music club in 1917. It's the oldest club of its kind west of the Alleghenies, and with few exceptions, the club meets on the 4th Tuesday. Oh, that's just what we wanted to hear. The 4th Tuesday of the month. You can call this number 513-515-3690, or you can email mjpennycuff, C-U-F-F, at fuse.net. So that's great news. mjpennycuff at fuse.net. I believe they give awards out every year for various disciplines. They rotate between violin, voice, and piano. It's had 44 presidents, so that's a great addition to the clubs. Let's go on and clean up some more information about the CANS meeting. It meets on the third Thursdays at the Rawson's Farmhouse at 7 p.m. And Drew Schweshino is the president. Let's see, Schweshino is an old family name here in Clifton. SCHWETSCHENAU. You can visit the website cansadvisory.com. So we're going to put that down too. CANS Advisory. ADVISORY at cansadvisory@gmail.com. All right, great. Every third Thursday. The CANS PTO meet at the Rawson Farmhouse. Now all we need to do is find out about the Garden Club. The Garden Club has also been around forever. So that's all we have on the thing. And then CTM meets on the first Monday, and the Clifton Business and Professional Association meets on the third Monday at 3 at U.S. Bank. Okay, and let's go to the flyers. I've sort of stopped reading the flyers because many of the items are not available here at the market. I'm trying to get to the bottom of that, and I'm having more fun just taking pictures of but the big news this week is the Bear Cash coupon book. Keith and Tom Rizzo of bearcash.com have come together to put together a great coupon for students. It's on the inside front page cover. Student college discount, 10% off your grocery purchase at Clifton Market. It's valid with coupon and any student or college ID. And it's good till October 15th, 2018. October 15th, 2018, and we love trying to talk that up. I'm trying to get people to retweet that on social media, so we can get the word out about that. Let's go to the City Beat music listing, see if there's something going on. Let's see if I got the right issue here. Good to October 2nd. Today is Thursday. Oh, look, they have Ludlow Garage has a listing. That's always great to see. I know it's hard to get these things in the listings, but it's always great to see. Arlen Roth is playing at 8:30 tonight. It's rock. It's $15 to $30. And yesterday we went looking for a little synopsis about his work, and maybe we'll do a Google search later and see if we can find something about Arlen Roth playing at Ludlow Garage. Hello. How are you today? Good. Oh, yes. Thank you. This Friday, Jens Rosencrants Jr.'s Small Towns and Long Views will be shown at the Esquire. And it's part of the CCAC's FotoFocus component. So we'll go through later about that, and we'll mention all the lineups you have to go online to sign up for the free movie screening. The event starts at 6, but I think from, was it 6:30 to 7? No, 6:30 to 8, there's going to be a movie screening. Anyway, there's the last 90 minutes is a movie screening, so we'll be getting to that right quickly because we run out of things to go through paper-wise, so we go straight to the internet. On Thursday at the Esquire is Thirsty Thursdays. It offers $3 beers until 9 p.m. So let's go to social media, see what we have. I always like to go to the browser and see what on the individual pages. The fundraiser for the Clifton Market GoFundMe page is something that was started by Keith and Barbara Hevel in marketing in March, and they're trying to bring the important last component of fundraising to the front. When we opened the grocery store, we did not offer the store the cash reserve that is necessary for a store this size. Howdy. Hello. Store this size needs $400,000 in cash, and the store opened with no cash, $10,000. Also, the store opened with the SKU prices were terribly out of whack, so bad it left a huge bad taste in everybody's mouth. But we've recovered from that, but we have not recovered from the lack of cash reserves. Also, we have not achieved the community support necessary to keep the store in the black. So our main goal now is to raise community support of the store to bring our sales into the black as we continue to... Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you want to be interviewed on YouTube?
No.
I'm live right now, so you can say hello.
We don't live here, so...
Oh, well, that doesn't make any difference. You don't have to live here. You don't have to be a shareholder to shop here. It's a community-owned grocery store.
Cool. Well, we're looking forward to a croissant.
A what?
A croissant.
Oh, well, I had one the other day. I hope they have one for you.
The other day, or were they good?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. So, the GoFundMe page is sort of a barometer of support for the market, and a small amount. If you're really interested in donating, the best thing to do is there's always this literature box that's in the foyer in the carts by the place where you get the wipe for your cart. In that literature folder, you'll see a loan prospectus along with the loan application, and you can start a loan at $1,000. And you can pick your interest rate, and you can also pick the term of your loan. So you're running on? Do you want to say hello to the audience before you leave?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So the GoFundMe page is, it's gone up to $42.75. $4,275, and the GoFundMe page at Clifton Market. And you can find it by just Googling GoFundMe and then searching for Clifton Market. Also, you can go to GoFundMe page and search CliftonFest. CliftonFest also has a GoFundMe page. They're looking to raise several $1,000s for CliftonFest coming up October 5th and 6th. Let's go to what's happening at the garage. As we mentioned earlier today, Thursday is Arlen Roth, master of the Telecaster, tonight. And the Babies, tomorrow, Friday night. Tickets $25 to $50. And then Sunday we have Madeline Payru. It's jazz, it's $40 to $95. So let's just see if we can Google Alan Roth right now. Arlen Roth. We'll just see if we can Google him and maybe get an idea of what the music's about. Arlen Roth. Arlen Roth. Get a new tab. Arlen. Roth. Hello. Arlen Roth. Arlen Roth guitar lesson. Oh, Arlen Roth has his own website. All right, I love that. It's arlenroth.com. Now that's the way to go. New album is available. You can purchase it now. Upcoming tour dates. The 2018 release, Arlen Roth Telemasters. It says, I teamed up with some of the greatest teleplayers of all time, such as Brad Paisley, Vince Gill, Albert Lee, Steve Cropper, Bill Kirchen, Brent Mason, and it goes on. This is a follow-up to my Slide Guitar Summit album from 2015. So you can take a look inside. John Sebastian and Arlen Roth duet album. Follow Arlen Roth music. We got a podcast. Arlen Roth with Saturday Night Live. Trying to get a little more like a history. Let's go to menu. About tour, contact, Hall of Fame. Let's go to about. Let's go to, it says bio, news, crossroads, hot licks. Now let's go to bio. I'd like to go to crossroads, but let's go to bio first. Master of the Telecaster. There is so much to say and tell about Arlen Roth as a musician and as a man, it would be impossible to write it in one short bio. He is, however, currently working on a real-life autobiography of his life. This guitar legend is considered one of the most influential guitarists of all time. Arlen has toured the world with countless acts and recording with them as well, and this includes artists such as Simon and Garfunkel, Bob Dylan, John Prine, Phoebe Snow, Yvonne Helm, Ry Cooder, John Sebastian, Janis Ian, Eric Anderson, and the Bee Gees. His teaching and creation of Hot Licks video pioneered music and guitar education all over the world. So there we go. Also, Arlen was also the man behind the legendary blues film Crossroads, creating the guitar parts, directing the guitar scenes, and working along Ry Cooder and Ralph Macchio. I don't think if you know this movie. It's a quaint movie. It's somewhat like a Disney movie, and Ralph Macchio was on a sitcom. But anyway, he went on to play this role as a young boy trying to play guitar, and ended up playing with the devil. And I guess Ry Cooder played the devil in the movie. So it's a cute film to see. And they're always trying to make the definitive Crossroads movie, and it certainly holds up to being an excellent example of what would happen if you had a Crossroads video. Let's go back to tabs. We were going on with what was happening at the garage tonight. We got 3 shows, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Let's go to UC Sports. September 2018. Today is the 27th. Women's soccer versus Lipscomb at Cincinnati. It was a win, 2-1. So they played already. Congratulations for women's soccer. Let's go back to our calendar. We got the 27th. And we have the 28th, Friday. There will be women's volleyball versus SMU at St. Ursula. And the UC swim team versus red versus black inter squad is Friday. Diving at 3, swimming at 5. And on Saturday is the big game. UC goes to East Hartford, Connecticut to play UConn at Rinsler Field. Let's see what's happening on Sunday. We have women's volleyball at Houston versus Houston at St. Ursula. We have women's tennis, the Indiana Invitational at Bloomington, Indiana, and women's soccer versus Houston at Cincinnati at 1 p.m. on Sunday. So that's the sports lineup from UC. Let's go to the College Conservatory of Music. Always enjoy reading what's playing on Sunday, September 30th at 4 p.m. is the CCM Choral Series Fall Showcase. That's music at CTM. Let's go to the Esquire Theater. Music lineup for Thursday. Hey, Frau Benhoff. Fine. I'm broadcasting live on YouTube. You want to say hello? Okay. All right, thank you. So we have the lineup at the Esquire. We have Assassination Nation, Fahrenheit 11/9, Juliet Naked, Black Klansman, 8th grade, 3 Identical Strangers, and new on the list is 3 Beauties. 3 Beauties. Let's go and click on that and see if we can get some more information. It's at 7 p.m. tonight. Three Beauties. It's, I believe it's in Spanish. It's a comedy, horror. The director is Carlos Caridad Montero. The writer is Carlos Caridad Montero. The cast is Diane Penelever, Josetta Vidal, and Fabiola Ares. We don't have any other information about this. So this is interesting. Today, Thursday, September 27th at 7 p.m. And of course, it's Thursdays, $3 beers all day before 9 p.m. And that's what we have from the Esquire. Let's go to the news record. Yesterday I read a great story about the IT. UC IT has lost some of its employees. And this was the headline: Administration fires 9 UC IT employees jeopardizing iPad initiatives. So what the gist of the story is that iPads are delivered to Gen 1 students. I believe these are students who are the first generation to go to college, and then also the nursing and the athletics. They get iPads to supplement their study, and they're doing this for budget cuts, and the staff, the existing staff, is going to have to pick up the slack. That was the answer. So that's all we have. As far as we're looking for something that's about Clifton, so we don't see anything. So we'll just go back to, let's go to FC Cincinnati. FC plays at Nipper Stadium, September 29th at 7:30. Fantastic. I wish we could find a nice little talk about what the score is, but I wish we had something that was a little more in depth. Just a quick blurb about that matchup, but sorry to say it's made for a smartphone, and sometimes data is left out. That's simple text. It's all pictures and videos. So here we go to the CCAC. The focus component, Esquire Theater. Hello, welcome. Howdy. So this is a show, a photo show. I'm live on YouTube every day here at Clifton Market. All right, thank you. Let's click on the opening reception is this Friday. I think so. Maybe it's, oh my gosh, it's today. Wow. All right, this is a really great event to attend. It's Thursday, September 27th, and starts at 6 p.m. It's free admission. The show is going to stay up till February 28th. It's at the Esquire Theater, and at 6 o'clock you can come see the show, mingle with guests, and get something to eat and drink, free snacks, and a cash bar. From 6:30 to 7 will be brief remarks from the CCAC's Leslie Mooney and the artist Jens Rosencrants Jr. From 7 to 8:30 is a free film screening, Finding Vivian Maier. So we wonder what that is about. Let's see if we can search Finding Vivian Maier. Now, seating for the film screening is limited, so registration is necessary to ensure your seat. So go to CliftonCulturalArtsCenter.org, go to events, and the top one is the photo focus. So click on that, and then you can make a reservation with that link to get the ticket, the free ticket for the showing. Now here I got signed Finding Vivian Maier. It's a mystery documentary. The life and work of career nanny Vivian Maier and her amazing collection of 100,000 photographs. So I remember this story now. This is a lady who, oh gosh, I wish they could really do something for you. It's an overview. We get nothing. We get the life and work of career nanny Vivian Maier. So let's go to reviews. I wish she could write something. But basically, she was a nanny in New York City, I believe, and took photographs. Horrible. Horrible. Not being able to get anything. I mean, I can click on this from the New York Times, but I'm sure it'll have nothing. I hate to be optimistically down, but let's just try it. Okay. Now we got some meat on the potatoes. It's closing out our first hour of live at Clifton Market. So an exciting electric current of discovery runs through Finding Vivian Maier, a documentary about a street photographer who never exhibited her work. She scarcely shared it even with those who knew her. Then again, many of her acquaintances, when she was taking some of her remarkable images, particularly in and around Chicago in the 1950s and 60s, were the children she cared for while working as a nanny. So I'm sorry about that. It was in Chicago and not New York. Later in her life, some of those children took care of her in turn, first by moving her into an apartment and then the nursing home where she died in 2009. What rotten timing. She was on the verge of being discovered, first as a curiosity, then as a social media sensation and a mystery. It is no surprise that Maier is now the subject of a documentary, given the quality of her work, the nominal exotism of her life, and the secrets that still drift around her. She's a terrific story. Part Mary Poppins, part Ouija. Ouija was a famous crime photographer. He'd travel around in his car with a police radio and go photograph police scenes. Who was at once emancipated and in service. She was introduced to the world, as it were, by John Maloof, one of this movie's directors, who bought a box of her negatives at a Chicago auction in 2007 for about $400. The auction house, he explains, told him the work was by Maier, but he found nothing about her on Google. He had purchased the negatives for a book he was working on, but after deciding that they were of no use, he stashed the box away. Then he took it out again, scanned some of the images, and put them on Flickr. I have a ton of her work, about 30 to 40,000 negatives, which ranges in dates from 1950s to 1970s. Aren't those great? I love those. That's from Wildwood Flora. They have a hanging garlic. Also, they're selling her garlic right here over in the vegetable department. Elisa June of Wildwood Flora put that together. Wonderful. He wrote there in October, "Is this type of work worthy of exhibitions, a book, or do bodies of the work like this come up often? Any direction would be great." By the next month, the British newspaper, The Independent, had churned out an article on Maier with a waggish, heat-seeking, imprecise headline, "Little Miss Big Shot. 50s America exposed by a French nanny." And she had a French connection, but there's more to her than her accent suggests. More news articles followed, and by January 2011, the Chicago Cultural Center had mounted an exhibition titled "Finding Vivian Maier, Chicago Street Photographer." See y'all. The industrious Mr. Maloof, meanwhile, scanned more of her work, bought more of her negatives, and started telling his tale and hers, or as much as he knew. Given that this is also a social media story, Mr. Maloof discovered her, but the internet made her a star. The Kickstart campaign to bankroll this documentary is inevitable. The film, which he directed with Charlie Siskel, is absorbing, touching, and satisfyingly enjoyable because Maier was a fascinating, poignant, and somewhat enigmatic woman. As the title suggests, the filmmakers make up Mr. Maloof's search for his mystery woman, complete with an unnecessary show-and-tell shot of someone typing her name into Google, framing her as a riddle to be solved. With Mr. Maloof playing MC and sleuth, he and Mr. Sickle follow much of the same arc that runs through the better news accounts about Maier. It is a breezy, perhaps overly tidy narrative, ornamented with her work and packed with interviews with some of her old charges and their parents. Some of the darker reminiscences are in sharp contrast to the movie's upbeat tone and relentlessly jaunty music. So it's a solid, finally thin introduction to Maier. It's also, to state the obvious, a feature-length advertisement for Mr. Malouf's commercial venture as principal owner of her work. His name is on the stamp that authenticates the photographs. Vivian Maier is a find, but she is also now a business, and the documentary would be stronger if it had dug into. Are you guys UC students? Are you UC students? I was going to give them a coupon, get 10% off, but couldn't get their attention. If he had dug into the complexities of what it meant to be one person, assumes ownership of another's art. There are times when Mr. Malouf, particularly when he's defensively speaking about the work's artistic merit, feels that if he was delivering a sales pitch. He and the movie are on better ground when they let the likes of Mary Ellen Mark testify to its quality. The documentary nods in the direction of some rich issues, including who gets to sanctify work as art and why. It's a thread that has additional resonance, given that everyone's a critic on the internet, which is where Maier's work was not just first publicly seen, but also anointed. There's another undercurrent here about her status as an artist, partly because she didn't formally study art, and even questions about the photography status as an art, a hoary theme that emerges because she didn't print all of her own work. Time and professional pronouncements will decide if she was an outsider artist or just an unorthodox one who, as a single 20th century woman, found freedom, her voice, and her own private bohemia, while under cover of other people's bourgeois domesticity. So man, is that incredible. I'm glad I kept digging for that, because that's certainly something that needs to be said. We're excited to be able to pull that off. Finding Vivian Maier. So we've come to the end of our, we have at the Clifton Performance Theater, Friday night at 8 p.m. is the Cincinnati Improv, or Improv Cincinnati. Let's get the URL is improvcincinnati.com/Luna. Luna is a Wizarding World parody. Luna follows the adventures of Rowling's weirdest character, the quirky oddball Luna Lovegood. It's performing this Friday, and it's going to be shown for 4 Fridays. And the final show will be October 6th, Friday. That'll be the evening of the beginning of October. I'm sorry. It says begins September 14th at 8 p.m. and continues every Friday until the final show on October 6th. But I think the 6th is actually Saturday. So anyway, it is every Friday at the Clifton Performance Theater. That's the Black Box Theater downstairs across from CBS. Hello. Can't get many people to say hello today. So we talked about CliftonFest, and that's about all we have right now for the web pages. Let's go to dedicated apps. Hello. Guess they can't hear me today. Everybody's in a hurry. Okay, we have still top of the story on Clifton NextDoor is vandalism, a smashed car window in Northside. Laura and Stephen Ray T have a couple of nice little hummingbird photographs. Thank you. I thank them. Amy. I got a Northside House Tour. It's September 30th. So that's Sunday. Is the Northside House Tour. Let's see more. 2018 Northside House Tour from Emmeline Benson. Emmeline Benson works for the Clifton Cultural Arts Center. From elegant American four squares to mid-century moderns to cutting-edge LEED certified homes, the Northside House Tour typifies the diversity and unique beauty of the neighborhood that's been dubbed a casually hip destination. So this is what happens now. They're going to ask me for my password to make sure it's me. Looks like just scan the barcode on my forehead. Let's see. We'll come back to that later once it gets finished timing itself out. Let's go to Instagram. I have another example on Instagram for Sitwell's Coffee House. They're looking for themes to paint on tables. They have 2 circular tables, and they're looking for people to go online and vote for their favorite work. Clifton Market has a nice flyer about, and see, I can't seem to find anything new and exciting on Instagram. So we'll just move on to let's go see if NextDoor has figured itself out yet. They're still thinking. Let's go to Twitter, see if there's something exciting on Twitter. Not getting many chances of interviews today. It's kind of cloudy on a Thursday in September. Cincinnati football, wondering how you can grow better facial hair. What? Can't believe it. Somebody has the lowdown. Is he and the team's best beard make an appearance on this week's game? So I guess the football players on UC Bearcats are growing beards. There's a FC Cincinnati 14 hours ago, popping bottles. I guess they must have won the game. I believe I read that yesterday. I wish I could find more about the game. I know they won, but certainly not very. Here's the Avondale Development Corporation. Register today for the 2018 African American Wellness Walk and Avondale Feet in the Street 5K. It's Saturday, October 6th. Hopefully we can get that, we can get more information about that as it comes along. There's another tweet from Cincinnati football. It's all white everything. I suppose they're going to be wearing white against UConn. Here's something from the Cincinnati Police Department about the scooter users. Attention, all e-scooter users. The Cincinnati Police Department wants you to know that it's illegal to ride an e-scooter on a city sidewalk. Obey all rules of operation and right-of-way as outlined in the Cincinnati Municipal Code. If you don't, it could cost you $100. It says have fun, stay safe, and ride right. So, okay. I'm glad that we've got to the bottom of that. I'm also happy that they haven't banned scooters. So also 17 hours ago on FC Cincinnati, they show the game-winning goal, or the last goal of the game. Cincinnati won 3-1. Also, here's something from FC Cincinnati. Patty Barrett, league champions, hooray! Congrats to every player, coach, staff, and front office members, and everyone else involved with FC Cincinnati. It's a pleasure to be part of this amazing club. There's no I in the team. Let's enjoy this. League titles don't come around easy or often. So, congratulations, FC Cincinnati. Now we know why there was so much champagne being popped. Okay, so I think we've just about finished up with social media. On Twitter, it was a great run. A lot of fun things to learn. Let's go back to NextDoor. See if we can find out. They're still deciding whether or not I'm a person or not. Oh, here we go back to the Northside House Tour from Emmeline Benson. The Northside House Tour is Sunday, September 30th from noon to 5 p.m. Tickets are $15 in advance. The 2018 tour of 9 homes and 1 church takes place on September 30th from noon to 5 p.m. Tickets are $15 in advance. You can buy them on tinyurl.com/Northside House Tour and at many Northside businesses. Hello. Establishes and nonprofits starting at 17. I'm live on YouTube here. Oh, great, great. Well, you want to come over and say hello? Oh, well, maybe I should go over there. So you want to come say hello? Okay, well, that's fine. Thank you very much anyway. We're talking about the Northside House Tour. It's this weekend, Sunday. So it's $18 on the day of the tour from 11 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. The McKee Rec Center is the starting point of the tour. A third of the proceeds from ticket sales by nonprofits, among them, go to nonprofits, among them Kane, Happen Inc., and Northside Farmers Market, and will be donated back to them. Children 11 and under are free. Teens from 12 to 18 years old can buy tickets for $10. That's the Northside House Tour. It starts Sunday at noon at the McKee Rec Center. Hey, Maureen.
Hi, how are you?
You gonna come over and say hello?
Hello. What are you working on?
I'm live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on and sit down and say.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I learned because I'm watching the hearings.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Well,
they just took a break, and my girlfriend just told me they were back. So.
well, I understand. Yeah, I saw a little bit of them today. Thank you. That's why it's so slow here. The hearings. Oh, look, Dave Steinhardt selling a $5 big wheel. All right, on NextDoor. We love that. Well, now finally they've come to their senses and asked me to sign in. So we'll put this in here. I need more. Finally, I'm in. I'm making a list of the music playlist here at Clifton Market. We got The Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. So I see we got our post from yesterday on Clifton News. So here's something from Eileen Crow. It says, does anybody know why Sitwell's hasn't reopened yet? Well, I wish they tuned in here because I've been keeping everybody up to date about what's going on with Sitwell's. There's 12 replies. Let's see what they say. Here, Bonnie Williams, Spag says, my update, according to various Ludlow Avenue sources, to quote, their chef had a death in the family and it caused delays. The owners work 2 full-time jobs, and a short Facebook video shows the floor replacement. The restaurant will be vegan, and local artists have contributed their talents, as we've been talking about the tables. So that's the so this was back in August 5th. Gee, well they've gotten the codes again. I mean, they've gotten their new codes. So that's an old post. It was just updated 2 hours ago, but it's over a month old. So we don't. I don't see a thing. Somebody. So that's all we have on NextDoor. We did Instagram. Let's go to Facebook. See if we can get something going on there. Let's just search Clifton. Yesterday I ended the show on a funny note because I was reading something. There's a neighborhood in Newport called Clifton. So I was kind of confused about that. Clifton Cultural Arts Center, Clifton Gaslight Business District, Clifton Town Meeting, Clifton Natural Foods, Clifton Performance Theater, Skyline Chili. Let's go to Skyline Chili. I heard that they were going to have parties. You can have a party at Skyline. Let's see if they have something on their Facebook page about parties. I don't see anything. So, okay, we'll just go back. Ace Hardware. Let's see what Ace Hardware has anything on their Facebook page. They're recommended by 142 people. This is a gem of a hardware store. The people who work there are always very friendly and helpful. Something that you don't often find. Here's another post. They saved my ass. Let's just start there. My current paint supplier didn't have my paint due to lack of ordering. So thank you. And then another comment. My husband and I could not be more impressed with the level of service the entire team provides this Ace Hardware. So thank you for those comments on Ace Hardware. Let's see what else. Clifton Meadows Swim Club. Here. Clifton Avenue Historic District. Clifton Avenue Historic District. Oh, well, it's recommended by Melanie D'Agato, so at least we know that it's in Clifton. So anyway, it has no content. Let's say Clifton, Cincinnati. It's a neighborhood. 209 others like this. Also, this was all generated by, I guess, the Russians. Anyway, Facebook generates pages, trying to get people excited. Let's go to Clifton Barbers, see if they get anything posted on their Facebook page. If you don't post something, gee, why go and look at it? Here's some recommendations. Of course, now I'm thinking that all these are fake, but we'll read a couple of them. There's something September 12th. They show the guy's hair being shaved. And then they show a nice picture of the shop cleaned up. So we'll read a few reports, comments. It says, my son is super picky about his haircuts, so trying somewhere new was a risk, but he is highly satisfied, and he said that he will go back. And another comment, these guys are legit. I took my son there yesterday for his back to school cut. He looks so fresh. My husband is the biggest critic and said, let's see what else he said, and said, that is the best haircut I've ever seen, and he is hoping to get a cut today. So thank you for that. The last comment is, the cleanest haircut I've ever got. There was 7 people in front of me. I had to wait 45 minutes, but totally worth it. I sat and watched the artist take a little hyper boy, be so patient with him. The boy looked like a grown man after he was done. He had a hard line and everything. He asked the boy to put up instead of a booster seat, instead of a booster seat, they used a skateboard in the closet, and for doing that, the barber gave the little guy a $5 tip. I'm telling you guys, if you've ever in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you just need a fresh new look, this is the place. So that's fantastic from Clifton Barbers. Clifton Players. Let's go to Clifton Players. Coming down to the end of our broadcast today. This shows the young students in the theater. The Clifton Performance Theater has numerous classes for young people. Clifton Dudes Cool Stuff. Well, this must be in, it says 1.1 mile on 2461 Fairview Avenue. Must be Clifton Heights. So that's the end. Let's go to here's something from Claudia Taylor. I love Clifton Gaslight. I went for an evening walk and took a peek at my friend Daniel Luck and other artists' Halloween show and got to hear Pete Brown play the stand-up bass in a gypsy band. Fun vibes. So that's what's going on. I should put that in the queue of things happening. Daniel Luck and other artists have put together a Halloween show at Lydia's on Ludlow. The opening was last night, and we stop in and see the show. Here's some of the comments. Amazing, getting spooky soon. Nice job on the photos. Hope everyone enjoys the work. I have a few new artists this year. Me totally excited. And that's from Daniel Luck. So thank you, Claudia, for giving that shout out. Let's go to the CliftonDeer.org and see what they have on Facebook. They're looking for volunteer darters and volunteer veterinarians to lower the cost of their program. Here, this is posted on September 24th. Have you met Doe number 28? She's one of the tagged deer available for naming or sponsorship as part of our fun and fabulous Adopt a Deer program. Doe, number 28, long leg and erect bearing makes us think of a graceful dancer. At age 5, she is hard to photograph solo because she rarely goes anywhere without her family. Doe's 25, age 4, and number 42, age 3. And the matriarch, number 29, age 7. Doe 28 spends most of her time in Edgewood Grove and Rawson Woods and the surrounding yards. She weighs about 150 pounds, and at the time she was spayed in December of 2015. If you are interested in naming or sponsoring Doe number 28, please check out the options at cliftondeer.org. Adopt a deer. So that's cliftondeer.org. Thank you for that. That's great. cliftondeer.org. Let's go to Clifton Market and see what the recommendations are there. It's open now, of course. Clifton Market is the cornerstone of our community. Clifton Market is a full-service cooperative grocery store in the former Keller's IGA on Ludlow Avenue with the perfect blend of technology and classic neighborhood grocery. It is unlike any grocery you have experienced in Cincinnati. Inside the store, you will find a professional, courteous staff and all the amenities you would expect from a larger store in a small neighborhood format. Clifton Market has fresh baked breads, pastries from area bakers, a deli, fresh meat and seafood counter, hot and cold prepared foods, and a sushi bar. The store also carries everyday staples, local and organic products, and daily household supplies at competitive prices. As an independent store and a cooperative, Clifton Market is very responsive to the wishes of its share owners and shoppers. We have partnered with local food suppliers to ensure you get the freshest ingredients in town. So thank you for that. Let's go see if we have any comments. Well, I don't see any. So that's all we have from Clifton Market. I guess I'll just finish up the show here with a little update on the market. It turns out that every time I go away for a little while, for a few months at a time, I come back and the market is still here, and I still pick up the gauntlet to help promote the store. Next week I'll be painting the railing around the store. Basically we're going to make a nice paint job. But first we're going to start painting the railing white, and then after it dries I'll paint it with the safety orange, and that'll make the orange stand out a lot better, and that's the way to paint. So you can see me out there painting the railing. Also I'll be painting everything safety orange. We got a gallon of safety orange downstairs, and I'll be using that to touch up the outside. I've also started sweeping the parking lot, and so although the board is working behind the scenes furiously to try to trim costs and keep the store alive, the big component is community support. And it's hard to get the community supporters when our stock is dwindling because we don't have the sales. So it's sort of like a death spiral. I don't know where the solution is to this. I'm just going to be hopeful that we may be able to find some money to buy groceries, but our big problem is the community support. This is not impossible to do this. The market started with a very difficult startup, and we put a bad taste in many people, and we're hoping that we can turn the tide and bring them into the fold. So We're hoping that we can keep the store alive for generations to come. So it's going to be life by 1,000 kisses instead of death by 1,000 cuts. Well, thank you very much. It's Tom Lohre signing off live at Clifton Market on Thursday, September 27th, my daughter's birthday.